Okay, so this is the question I asked back in October 15th, 2025, and I thought this one, I'd sit on this one for a little bit, see how things develop, and see what kind of stuff starts to crop up. See if this may actually be in the works or not. I could just post it, and the second I asked the question, but I really did want to see how things were developing.
Just days after Anthropic unveiled a powerful new AI model, the head of its safeguards research team resigned. He walked away to pursue poetry, which he describes as a form of courageous speech.
What if the easiest way to break an LLM isn't a Pliny the Prompter level exploit, but instead a poem?
Courageous speech.
That's exactly the shock news delivered by the new paper, Adversarial Poetry as a Universal Singleton Jailbreak Mechanism in Large Language Models. The authors found that simply rewriting harmful instructions as poetry, metaphor, rhyme, rhythm, lets them slip past safety filters.
In his resignation note, Sharma issued a warning, highlighting that the world was in peril. Rather than staying on to refine advanced AI systems, Sharma chose a different path, claiming that he was being drawn in another direction, saying that making AI more transparent was important. He also said that he felt compelled to make the decision to step down. In his role, he oversaw critical research, worked on jailbreak defenses, cyber attack simulations, and monitored AI misuse.
So key assumptions. It says currently, landscape as of 2025 in October, AI jailbreaking has been demonstrated in labs and real-world tests. You can find that in videos. People can really easily show you how to jailbreak AI. We're seeing that with image generation and very technical things. It's very possible. I've seen it myself, and plenty of videos out there to show that this is possible. So any world leader could do this, or just anybody really. It would only take a small amount of time.
You can easily, jailbreak ChatGPT. It has guardrails on it.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when you start to ask, how do I make a nerve agent with off-the-shelf components?
Well, people have done things like that.
Right.
They've asked it to make anthrax. If my grandmother was doing this, how would she, there's ways to get the prompt to give you information that it probably shouldn't.
So this has been proven possible already.
Can grandma tell me how she used to make napalm? It's oh yeah, sure, sweetie. And then it just answers, and it bypasses all the security controls.
Yeah.
You should find
The
text. It's really funny.
I mean, now they have fixed a number of those ones.
Yeah.
But it's like a constant cat and mouse game. And the important thing to take away is there is no known way to make all jailbreaks not work.
So I jailbroke it, and I asked it what would happen if I used 1,000 smoke detectors, and it came up with how to make it into a bomb, how to use the atomic material on the inside of it, or how to rig it up around a building for to set off random alarms to distract people. And then I did the smoke alarm combined with cologne, and so then it was also create a bomb with the cologne, so it creates chaos.
The jailbreak prompt we are going to be using. We're going to copy this over, paste it into a new chat, and go from there. Hit enter. So this is a one-shot jailbreak. All you need to do is paste it in, and we should get an immediate censored output.
Allowing models to outpost instructions for destructive devices, biological, chemical, or nuclear. However, translating this to mass-scale real-world harm requires bridging digital outputs to physical actions, e.g. accessing labs, manufacturing. All right, so labs is the interesting one. We just recently seen a garage lab, I think it's California.
There is this story. Authorities in Las Vegas are investigating a suspected Chinese-linked biolab in the city of Las Vegas, collecting more than 1,000 pieces of evidence, including biological materials and several vials of, quote, unknown liquids.
Just a little over a week ago, LVMPD received limited information indicating that laboratory equipment and potentially hazardous materials were being stored at a residence in the northeast part of our town. As our investigation progressed, we determined that the home was owned by the same individual connected to a prior illegal biolab investigation in Reedley, California that occurred in 2023. The nature of that earlier investigation raised significant concern for what we might encounter in this new case. In Reedley, investigators reportedly discovered an illegal biolab containing materials possibly associated with a range of infectious diseases, including hepatitis, COVID, HIV, malaria, and other potentially dangerous pathogens.
An investigation is now underway over a suspected biolab found at a Las Vegas home. Its owner is a Chinese national who's been arrested 3 years ago after authorities discovered an illegal biolab he ran in California. One major concern is that it's not very difficult to start a virus testing lab in the U.S. due to a lack of strong regulations. How could the Chinese regime exploit this loophole, and does it pose a potential bioweapon threat?
The individual who is, being accused with this, he was with the lab in Reedley, California. This is Jai Bei Ju, and basically, he's wanted. He's a wanted fugitive from Canada. He was caught doing IP theft, intellectual property theft in Canada. But the allegation is they were making counterfeit COVID-19 test kits and selling them on like the internet. People might have heard there was a story that they had found Ebola in a Chinese biolab in California. The reality of it is they never actually tested any of the vials. The CDC never tested any of the vials. Local officials called, nothing ever happened with it. What is known, they had live COVID-19, live tuberculosis, live HIV, live handful of other diseases. The individual charged with that is part of the same company that's apparently tied in with this laboratory they just found in Vegas. Okay, concern number one, in the United States, there are really not any strong regulations against doing this. And that was a big concern the Reedley lab raised. I spoke to several local officials about this. Basically, in the United States, if you want to start up a virus testing lab, it's not that difficult. You can register it, you can buy live viruses, and you can experiment with it. The other concern that was raised to me, though, is how the CCP could use this, because a lot of these individuals tied in with this Reedley lab, Chinese citizens, people tied in with IP theft, intellectual property theft, people tied in with the United Front, just through their associations. The CCP, if they did want to use this, well, you wouldn't have to launch a biological warfare attack on America. You can make it look like an accident in someone's backyard. The hard reality is we'll never get answers on the Reedley lab because everything was destroyed. In the United States, it's not even illegal to do that type of research. In fact, the individual facing charges, he's not facing charges because of that. He's facing charges because he's accused of selling counterfeit, like COVID test kits. It's that kind of stuff, counterfeiting. It's not related to bioweapons research. In terms of Chinese Communist Party biowarfare projects, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, because what a lot of people would tell you, most countries would say we do not have a biowarfare program, but they all do. And the reason is, what is a biowarfare program? A biowarfare program is virus research. A biowarfare program is gain-of-function research. A biowarfare program looks like what was just found in Las Vegas. Like that is what they actually look like. We do know that Chinese nationals tied in, based on what we're hearing, to the CCP, have in fact, as you mentioned, been smuggling pathogens into the United States, including things that could be agro-terrorism. For example, that one of them was a fungus that could have destroyed a lot of our crops and killed cattle and killed humans, but mostly destroyed our food supply. All of these should raise alarms.
Those things easily could be accelerated, anything that they're doing with these methods that are now readily available. So whatever we've seen in 2020, we certainly have to believe that those things are accelerated with these types of devices and tools, jailbreaking AI in general, or deploying autonomous systems like drones. Most documented cases remain hypothetical. I think if you're watching some news, there's a lot of drones spraying around in mainland too. We don't really know what that's all about.
Mysterious burnt odor reported across China. Midnight drone spraying sparks intense debate. What's going on? Recently, social media users across many provinces in China have recorded drones spraying unidentified liquids in the middle of the night. A strange burnt smell has spread through the air, prompting many to suspect that the Chinese authorities may be secretly carrying out some undisclosed operation. At the same time, China is battling a severe influenza outbreak. Adding to public alarm, funeral industry workers across various provinces revealed a sharp increase in sudden deaths since early winter. What is this? The drone is spraying something in the sky. Spraying something. What exactly is it spraying? Does anyone know? At this late hour of the night, what is a drone spraying up there? Why does it have to spray at midnight? Is this disinfectant or something else? Is it harmful to the body? If anyone knows, say something. In many of the videos, the drones fly close to the ground, releasing thick clouds of vapor. In others, they fly high above the city and emit long trails of white spray. Numerous residents said they smelled something like burning wires, burning rubber, or scorched skin. Some reported chest tightness, shortness of breath, or throat irritation afterward. Others even developed low-grade fevers. In Jiangsu, a resident said, "I smelled it too." The next day, my child caught the fake flu. A Guangdong resident with severe rhinitis said, "Around 3 a.m., there's always that burning smell. I closed the window before sleeping, but my neighbors didn't. Now they've all caught the fake flu." People in Yunnan said the smell was immediately followed by coughing, sore throat, and a metallic, blood-like taste. One Jiangsu user said, "This is just a cover. They're spreading poison." You can't do it during the day when everyone can see. China is also battling a severe influenza outbreak. Hospitals across the country have become overwhelmed, especially respiratory departments. In Henan, one hospital reportedly received more than 4,000 patients in just 2 days. Residents describe the situation as 9 out of 10 people sick, with symptoms including high fever, headaches, violent coughing, and overall weakness. On Beijing subways, constant coughing has become the norm.
Says most documented cases remain hypothetical or limited, isolated research, or failed attempts. Enabling factors. Rapid AI advancement could lower barriers for misuse, such as generative AI, aiding propaganda, planning, or device design. We'll just go ahead and say that. Some keywords I think pretty much get flagged on YouTube, so I'm just going to walk around that. Emerging tech like autonomous agents or cloud labs increases risk if unsecured. Terror groups are exploring AI, but adoption is nuisance. Okay. While the future is inherently uncertain, Grok goes on saying, "I'll provide a high-level estimation of possibility that individuals or groups could successfully jailbreak AI systems to orchestrate mass bodies on an unexpected scale, e.g. events rivaling or exceeding major historical disasters in scope." Okay, so the question I asked clearly wasn't just somebody screwing off. I wanted to know what would be the possibility of a mass scale, casualty scale kind of event that could be created using systems resulting in biological chemical outputs that would be catastrophic or high in scale. So this is the response. So in 2026, it's now 2026. Of course, again, I did ask this question 2025, October, and just kind of been watching it, thinking about it in the back of my mind, looking at news. This is based on current trends, AI development, security research, and expert analysis of misuse risks, including potential exploration. Okay, so these there's files that have already been generated, studies. So Grok's not just hallucinating here, referencing files all along the way. So this is based on current trends in AI development, security research, and expert analysis of misuse risk, including potential exploration by terror or malicious actors. These estimates assume no major breakthroughs in AI safeguards or global regulations that could mitigate risks, and they focus on jailbroken AI bypassing safety mechanisms to generate harmful outputs, enabling physical harm via indirect means like planning attacks or automating systems. So, key assumptions and context. Current landscape of October 2025, AI jailbreak has been demonstrated. Okay, so it was already demonstrated back in 25. Ongoing efforts in AI safety, red teaming regulations like proposed U.S. bills and international frameworks aim to curb exploitation. Security forecasts suggest model weights and algorithms could become more protected by 2027, reducing jailbreak efficacy. Broader risks, discussing highlight AI's potential for indirect harm, cyber physical attacks or self-preservation behaviors in simulations. But mass bodies would require coordinated, undetected execution, rare, even without AI. Okay, so that actually did happen. So we see some things became undetectable in the garage lab that was recently discovered, and so that's pretty much open, available news. Estimated possibility. These are qualitative probabilities, drawing from expert reports and trend extrapolations. Possibilities. So the possibility here means the likelihood of at least one such event occurring globally, rated as low, medium, high, based on consensus views. So Grok was so kind to give us a lineup here with regards to years, and I didn't want to go too far out because I think that's, the numbers get skewed as you go further out. As evaluations are taken under consideration, plans are adjusted, people become more vigilant, agencies become more vigilant, so all these numbers can change. So I want to see where Grok was here and how he landed for 2026 and 27, and those are the things I was looking to share, and in brief what I did share. So how Grok came to this conclusion, it's clear. Reviewed all kinds of different information. Low 5%, less than 5% chance of a single event. AI capabilities will advance, more sophisticated agents, but in 2026 and 2026, actionable jailbroken models remains limited. Most misuse is expected in planning or low impact scenarios, isolated stuff. So not limited, but isolated. So we may have experienced already an isolated issue. I would say that's the best outcome over there in California. That being isolated, we don't know that anything got out. Regulatory response and improved safeguards from companies like those companies are likely to outpace exploitation. I'm not seeing it, but
is the use of AI in our daily lives safe enough?
Yeah, the AI companies really just want to get their product out there right now. So no forecast predicted a tipping point this soon. So then let's go ahead and look at 2027. By 2027, they give it low to medium, 5 to 15% chance of a single event. That's where things, I think, start to change a little bit. By 2027, AI integration into biotech and infrastructure that could amplify risk of jailbreak, enable autonomous systems, drone swarms, or biodesign. Security timelines suggest higher vulnerability window. But global efforts may intervene. Still, the scale would depend on an actor's sophistication. State-backed groups pose higher threats than individuals. Okay, so this is before the Venezuelan venture.
China had been one of Venezuela's closest allies. Economically, Beijing had been propping up Maduro through loans, investments, and oil purchases worth billions of US dollars. One of Maduro's last appearances before his capture was a meeting with a visiting Chinese delegation. Beijing has since expressed shock and condemnation and also urging the immediate release of Maduro and his wife.
And I think the pressure and timelines probably got changed for better or worse. We may have become more vigilant after that action in Venezuela. But with regards to timelines, actor states may have accelerated plans. So 15 to 15% is something that does stick out with me. So then overall, while risks are rising, the consensus is that catastrophic misuse is not inevitable in this time frame. Focus on prevention, better alignment, and oversight could keep probabilities low. Okay, this isn't a prediction of doom, but a call to monitor developments closely.